Shalom, everybody. Stay home and save lives. So we're going to go ahead and talk about COVID and some of the things, the similarities and differences we have with the flu. But you're watching ReligionWinked TV, and my spiritual ear, stay. Hey guys, we're going to use the Fair Use Act right now. We're basically going to go ahead and talk about some of the questions you may have about COVID, such as, is there a vaccine against COVID-19? Is the coronavirus disease the same as SARS? Is the corona disease more severe than the flu? And also, can the corona disease spread through the air? Well, guys, we're going to get into some of these questions in a moment, but I want you all to just take a look at the similarities and the differences between COVID and the flu. Some of the similarities are the same. Some of the differences are, as you can see, listed. I just want to say about this right here, the similarities are definitely greater than the differences. And once we get into this commentary in this video a little bit deeper, we're going to see that SARS, the flu, COVID, all kind of generate from the same place and all kind of have the same effects on the upper respiratory system, okay? Now, with that being said, also in this video, I'm going to prove to you that there's a lot going on with COVID than just hand washing that will allow you to be safe. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there's so much more. I mean, if it was just about hand washing, then basically, we would be safe, right? But it's not about hand washing. It's just not about contact. It's all... Hey guys, let's just keep it real. It's basically in Massachusetts water. It's in some of the masks that they were trying to send over from China. It's in chemtrails. You can see the articles on the screen here, basically letting you know that it's not all about what we consider general hand washing. If it was just about hand washing, how will hand washing prevent us from drinking water? How will hand washing prevent us from catching it in the chemtrails? How will hand wash it prevent us from catching it when we put these masks on? And as we get further into this video, take these injections and vaccinations that have the COVID virus in it, and how the COVID virus can basically be used as a vaccination for, it's called infectious bronchitis, which is an upper respiratory infection, that pneumonia that comes along with it. All of this is playing into parts. So now we're going to see what COVID-19 is. How did COVID-19 coronavirus come about? You guys go ahead and read that right there, because I just want to basically let you know hand washing is not, it's not all about contact. Hand washing is not the way to go about eliminating this virus. Yes, it's the first line of defense. But what else can we do? What else is there available for us to do to overcome this pandemic, right? So basically, protect yourself and your family from the coronavirus. They're saying only by hand washing. Stay 6 feet away from each other. Stay in the house. And while we're in the house and while we're trying to protect ourselves, they're out there with the chemtrails, spraying pesticides and all this other stuff. I think they're actually out there, guys, attacking us. It's like warfare against us. And how I know that this disease is pretty much man-made, because if you read this abstract right here from a patent that was published in 2017 for the coronavirus, you see that it says the present invention provides a live intubated coronavirus compromising a variant replicase gene, encoding, what does it say? Poly something there, guys. Compromising a mutation in one or more non-structural proteins. So guys, I'm going to skip all that and get right to the coronavirus may be used in a vaccine for treating and for preventing a disease such as infectious bronchitis in a subject. See, I told you I would be that subject. How would they know that this coronavirus can be used as a vaccine? And is it the coronavirus vaccine that they're trying to give everybody to prevent the coronavirus? Why do people who create these vaccines have to take the flu, the vaccine, rat brains, and everything else and inject you with it and build up your autoimmune system to it to try to prevent you from getting sick? This is crazy to me, guys. I stopped taking a flu shot a long time ago. You're not going to give me the flu shot to prevent me from the flu. You're actually injecting the flu virus in me to build up antibodies against it. That's not godly, people. You have a healthy immune system overall. And for the most part, you don't need to inject anything into your body but vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin A, certain electrolytes, 11 minerals that we found in the ground and find in the ground. These are the things that we need in our body. So I'm about to come on live, give you some commentary. I'm about to come on camera, give you some commentary, and then I'm going to throw some more information your way. Are you guys ready for it? Let me know down below if you can handle what I've said thus far. Thank you so much. God bless. And remember, you're watching ReligionWinked TV and my spiritual ears stay. Yes, guys, it's about 2:15. Hey, guys, that would be 2:15 East Coast time, but it's now 3:30 East Coast time, and I only edited 7 minutes and 30 something seconds. So that being said, here we go. Well, it's about damn time. Hey family, I'm going to say goodnight for now. I'll see you guys in a couple hours. It's 9:00 a.m. East Coast time, May 19th, 2020. And I've been working at this video since about, 11 p.m. somewhere last night. So let me get a couple hours sleep and I'll see you in a few. Peace. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. It's almost 24 hours later. This is the same video, different day. I started last night on the 18th. Today's the 19th. God bless you anyway. Welcome. Let's get right into exposing these devils, okay? I mentioned in the first part of this video, people like the devil, Bill Gates, Falsey, some other people that's down with the whole, how can I say, shenanigans of a showdown here going on in America and around the world when it comes to the COVID-19 and the coronavirus. Let me just say, me personally, I think they're full of shit, and I think there's a whole bunch of demonic behavior behind it. But just for the purposes of this video and that I don't go too long, I want to keep it around 15 minutes. So I already gave you about 7 or 8 minutes in the first part of it. Let's just go ahead because I want to bombard you with some information basically that will support what I was saying in the first part of the video. Now, if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the red subscribe box, bell icon next to it. Be notified when I go live and or upload and or premiere. You're watching ReligionWinked TV and my spiritual ears stay. Guys, this house light is a little bright, so I'm going to go ahead and do the best I can, all right? With that being said, In the first part of the video, I showed you 4 questions. Is the coronavirus, let me see if I can remember them, because I'm going to insert them in here as I go back and edit this video, okay? Is the coronavirus, can it be airborne? Is it greater than the flu? Is it more severe than the flu? Is there a vaccination against it? And there was one more question. There's 4. I'm going to put it here. But I've already proven. Hold on. Give me a minute, guys. Let me just think about it for a minute. Is there a vaccination against it? Oh, SARS. Is it related to SARS? And in the first part of this video, I mentioned that it is. In the first part of this video, I put some information in there about the similarities and the differences between the flu and COVID, and I pretty much answered it there. The similarities are more than the differences, and the differences, I'll put it somewhere here as I edit, and the differences are less than the similarities, but even the differences says COVID is something different than the flu, but they all affect the upper respiratory system, and they all have this leadway to infectious bronchitis, pneumonia, shutdown of the lungs, the respiratory system, and so on and so forth. So there is some great connection between leukemia. There's some great connection with Zika. What else? There's SARS. There's COVID. There's the flu. HIV and AIDS as well. Okay, so I'll try to insert some information as we go along. But anyway, let me just say, so yeah, there's some relations to SARS. Is it airborne? Absolutely. That's why I said in the first part of this video, it's kind of crazy just to think you could wash your hands, because hand washing has nothing to do with you inhaling or ingesting some airborne droplets. Now, I said in the first part of this video, hand washing is the first defense. Absolutely. Because we all know these little babies right here, they are the greatest means for, let me just say, greatest mean for like passing infection and disease. And also, it's the greatest weapon against contracting most diseases and bacterias and infections and things of that nature. But when it comes to airborne droplets, just like tuberculosis and any other respiratory disease you can get, it's airborne. If somebody cough, if somebody sneeze, if you're within a certain distance, you can get it. The difference with COVID is this lasts, I don't know if tuberculosis lands on anything and lasts 72 hours or more. I'm assuming most things do. Most airborne diseases do. But this COVID has a way of lasting. And then when you touch it, rub your eyes, your face, your nose, or whatever, you are at greater risk of contracting it, right? But there's ways, and I'll tell you by the end of this half of the video, that we can survive the Rona, okay? That's what this title is called. Surviving Rona, a viral discussion about what's really going on. Excuse me, and what's being said. I just had some really good, I apologize. I just had some really good jerk chicken, broccoli, macaroni and cheese, rice, and kidney beans with a little slice of cornbread and a small glass of Pepsi, guys. So that was a little... I should have brushed my teeth, but it was like, you know what? I'm human. My mouth is clean. I got water to rinse, but there was a little bit stuck in my tooth. You didn't need to know all that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. A lot of you have eaten on camera and didn't brush the food out your teeth, okay? I ate off camera and came right on camera. So we do the same thing, guys. We just do it differently, right? So anyway, on there, is there a vaccination against it? Now, I'm going to put somewhere here on the screen a patent that has to do with Bill Gates, the Pure Bright Foundation. And in this patent, Dr. Anthony Fauci, aka Dr. Anthony Fauci, but he's false in my book, so we'll just call him Fauci on this channel, okay? So Fauci, the CDC is on there, and this was published back in 2017, but it started being thought about and acted upon in 2007. Also, there was comments where Bill Gates had made a comment saying, there's going to be a pandemic if America ever suffered a pandemic. He made that comment. Obama made a comment in 2014 saying, 5 to 10 years from now, if America suffers a pandemic. So we have the third person confirming it when Dr. Fauci said in 2017, just 3 years ago, America is going to be in for a surprise outbreak.
Team is here to stop misinformation in its tracks and get you the vetted truth. On Twitter, you may have seen people sharing this article from January 2017. It quotes Dr. Anthony Fauci, saying that President Trump will, quote, no doubt, face a surprise infectious disease outbreak. And some people are using this article to fuel conspiracy theories. So we're verifying. Did Fauci really warn more than 3 years ago that Trump would face a surprise outbreak? Our researchers analyzed the article, which says that Dr. Fauci made these comments during a forum about pandemic preparedness at the Georgetown University.
There will be a surprise outbreak.
We then tracked down this recording of that event, where Fauci says that the Trump administration will likely face both ongoing diseases and new ones.
There's no doubt in anyone's mind that they will be faced with the challenges that their predecessors were faced with.
So yes, Fauci did predict that there would be a surprise disease that the Trump administration would have to face.
So back to the patent, when you look on one side of the patent, and I'm going to put that somewhere here, the one side of the patent says that they got their research from a book or some kind of study called Outbreak for Severe Infectious Respiratory Syndromes. And isn't that with COVID, the flu, HIV and AIDS, leukemia, certain cancers, Zika, all affect the breathing and the respiratory system? So guys, you got to believe that there's some connection. Now, the other question. Well, I basically proved it, and I'm going to insert this information here for you as we go along, all right? So now, basically what I want to say is, I want to take you back about 10 years when Dr. Bill Gates, and I don't think he's any kind of doctor where he need to be having more say-so over what goes on in this world or in America than the president. And God forbid, some pastors, right? I mean, he just need to shut up and sit his butt down. And no, I'm not on Windows talking junk about him, people. I'm on a Chromebook talking junk about him. And if I was on Windows, like I said the other day, I'd talk about his ass on Windows 1, 2, 3, infinity. Because he needs to be talked about trying to inject people with certain rat brains and certain flu viruses and COVID viruses, because yes, the patent says that this COVID coronavirus is and can be used, as I read earlier in this part of the video, in the first half of the video, can be used as a vaccination for and or preventing infectious bronchitis such as COVID, which is running through this world, affecting everybody's immune system. This is why certain devils don't want you to have vitamin D, vitamin C and vitamin A, because it enhances and supports the immune system. And when your immune system, which I explained to you, and I was kind of tired last night trying to read through that little abstract, but it says this present invention is this present invention attenuates. I can't say that word. Sorry, guys. I have to be looking at it to say it. But it says that the coronavirus attacks the non-structural polyproteins. And I told you in the first part of this video, once the proteins in your body are destroyed or weakened or succumb to attack, that is the way your immune system breaks down. Okay, so with that being said, guys, pay attention to what's going on out here. I also told you, getting back to Bill Gates, but I also told you that with the hand washing, let me just say this, guys, because I'm going to wrap it up real soon. But with the hand washing, how can hand washing prevent you from drinking contaminated water with COVID? From getting it in the... How can it keep, you from eating meat, which is soon to be a shortage of? So I suggest you start going vegan now, or separating yourself from the sickness out here. So these are some of the ways that we can combat COVID. But I'm going to put the information here now about Bill Gates, because he came up with an equation about 10 years ago. This guy says basically, you know what? To eliminate carbon monoxide in the world, which we all agree, we don't want to be inhaling carbon monoxide throughout the world, right? But these people gave us carbon monoxide. So now he wants to reduce the energy of it in the world, right? But what do you have to do? What do you think you have to do down below in the comments? What do you think you have to do to eliminate carbon monoxide according to Bill Gates? I just want to know here, people, because you know what? Bill Gates, I heard from my own mouth, he said carbon monoxide equals eliminating. This is his equation. He ain't no damn math teacher, math scholar. But his dad is down with them eugenics, okay? I'll try to put what eugenics mean in here somewhere. But he says to eliminate carbon monoxide, not dioxide, monoxide, the bad carbon, right? Because we are carbon. They don't want you to wake up to the fact that you are carbon, okay? So, that's a whole nother teaching, guys. He says if you eliminate people, services, energy, and carbon dioxide, you reduce the carbon monoxide. And which one you think is greater, people, based off the Henry Kissinger population control report? People. He said we put more of the carbon monoxide into the atmosphere than any of the three.
That's a big challenge. It's very different than saying, we're a 12-foot high truck trying to get under a 10-foot bridge and we can just sort of squeeze under. This is something that has to get to zero. Now, we put out a lot of carbon dioxide every year, over 26 billion tons. For each American, it's about 20 tons. For people in poor countries, it's less than 1 ton. It's an average about 5 tons for everyone on the planet. And somehow we have to make changes that will bring that down to zero. It's been constantly going up. It's only various economic changes that have even flattened it at all. So we have to go from rapidly rising to falling and falling all the way to zero. This equation has 4 factors, a little bit of multiplication. So you've got a thing on the left, CO2, that you want to get to zero. And that's going to be based on the number of people, the services each person's using on average, the energy on average for each service, and the CO2 being put out per unit of energy. So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra. But let's
pause for these stations identifications. Yo, come here. Did these bastards just laugh that one of these have to get the 0 based on his algebra he learned in high school? People, you keep going for this bullshit if you want to. Now back to our regularly scheduled energy and carbon dioxide. So he was talking about eliminating people. How they've been trying to do that for years. God said be fruitful, replenish, and multiply the land. And they said, no. We're going to create things like COVID-19 to keep you desperate. So we tell you to stop having kids. We tell you to abort your babies. We come through and kill up your land to reduce the population. So 1, we can stay in control. But 2, when all this happened to you, we're like the Antichrist. And we come through and say, hey, I can fix the day. Hey, I'm Captain Save-A-Ho. Let me help you out. And then we as black people and other races who are so lowly and I don't even want to say meek because meek means strength under control. Sometimes you're out of control when you let people keep walking over you and treating you like cattle. So, we have to realize that these people are only trying to intimidate us and keep us living in fear because some of our people allow it because they don't want to put up the resistance and then they don't want the persecution that may come along with it. And I'm here to tell you, baby, that fight is greater than any other fight you're fighting right now. Is the right to be freaking free and live equally in this land. And that's something these devils out here don't do. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Here's some of the ways where we can actually survive the Rona, okay? Let me just say I proved to you that there's another piece of information I'll put somewhere here. It says, what is COVID-19 and how it got started? First of all, it doesn't even really tell you, I believe in that first paragraph, what it really is. It's a man-made, and if it does tell you, it's not telling you the truth. It's a man-made virus, y'all. It says it in the patent, okay? So anyway, let me go back to, yes, there's a vaccine for COVID. It's just that they didn't have it prepared and ready like they had the virus. And the virus kind of leaked out and got out here. But they didn't have the vaccination ready. Go back and check the report. Even the test kits for Corona. Even the mask that was being sent from China, where it all originated from. Who would accept anything from China at this point in time? I'm just saying, y'all. But all infected with the coronavirus. So anyway, yes, there's a vaccination for it. Actually, they created, when you get the flu shot, it's the flu being put back in you to build up antibodies. So they made this virus and yet can still use the same virus to treat the respiratory infection. How ironic and moronic is that, right? But this is what they do. This is demonic, y'all. God never intended for diseases and viruses to go into your body. Stop allowing it, okay? My children are grown, and I don't mother and parent their children, whatever they want to do, but I educate them. Leave those vaccinations the hell alone. A lot of autism, a lot of childhood births are happening and not births, but after the birth. A lot of early childhood living and what children and adults are living with now are based off of the injections that we take when we are children. Please, guys. So some of the ways we can, is it airborne? Absolutely, it's airborne. So you could walk around with gloves on all day, not touch nothing. But I bet you if you come in contact with somebody that sneezes or cough, you at risk. So we got to stop pushing let me not say don't push hand washing. Push hand washing, absolutely. I heard somebody over there on IG say she go poop and don't even wash her hands. Like, bitch, please. Especially with everything going on, guys. Please, 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 please. universal precaution is called when you act like everybody's sick. Especially like in nursing, in the nursing homes, when it comes to drawing blood or dealing with body fluids, you act like everybody. Not that HIV or AIDS is the worst disease in the world, because we see now COVID is out doing that, and HIV and AIDS was pretty much man-made, just like COVID. They're always trying to outdo the last thing they invented, okay? These people are getting
God ain't need a patent.
viruses now on his 10 plagues. But they need patents on theirs, y'all. Y'all see the difference of God from God and his enemy, the devils out here, seated in high places like Bill Gates, the American government, CDC, WHO, Communist China, and everybody else that's wicked and has something to do with this. And your old girl, Susan Wojcicki, okay? And I know I said your name right then, sis. So wait a minute. Where's my So guys, let me just go ahead and say yes. It's worse than, it's related to SARS, and it's more severe than the flu. Absolutely. And I told you, I stopped taking the flu shot a long time ago. You're not gonna inject me with something I don't have and give me something I don't want. Alright guys, here's ways we can survive the Rona. First of all, wash your hands. Second of all, keep your social distancing to an extent, because it's hard. You got families that work outside the house. You don't know if they're going out and who they're coming in contact with. You have to be the frontline essential worker for yourself. Excuse me, I apologize. You have to be the frontline essential worker for yourself. I apologize. So that's number one. Number two, you have to stop allowing them and letting them tell you what you need to do. Your children don't need those shots. Prior to coming to Africa, Luke wasn't running around giving people these vaccinations. And you know, he rolled with the Most High God, and he was a physician. He wasn't around here doing that, okay? Our ancestors over there in Africa weren't running around here doing this, okay? And I told you, I have a childhood, I found out in 2016, a genetic deficiency that leads my blood work back to Africa, the northern part of Africa, which I told you, Israel is a part of Africa, whether you want to believe it or not. Saudi Arabia, before they split, before the Tower of Babel, they're all one continent, all one Pangeum. And yes, by far, Africa is the biggest continent of us all, because it's the land of God. And Jerusalem is the city of God. And they want to keep you away from that. Anyway, I ain't want to get into no preaching, y'all. So now, let me just go ahead and say, wash your hands. Stop letting them tell you what to do. Start to grow your own vegetables and stuff. You got to start to take your vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin A. Build up your immune system. However you can do that. I take vitamin A tablets. It's like hair, nails, and skin. Vitamin D is natural, really, from the sun, but you can ask your doctor. Some of y'all may need 1,000 units a day. Some of y'all may need 50,000 a week. And I've been telling you, with vitamin D, it's being misdiagnosed with so many other things, because when your vitamin D level is down, you present a lot of symptoms that immediately they go to instead of checking your hormone levels. It's as simple as starting with checking your hormone levels. Just like with a car breakdown, guys, don't go out fixing the highest thing the mechanic tell you is wrong. Work little and then work your way out to the bigger things, right? It could be as simple as a fuse. It could be as simple as a wire loose or something, right? So yeah, don't allow them to cause you to do what you don't want to do when it comes to this coronavirus. Because people, let me tell you, wash your hands. Don't allow them to do what you want to do. your own vegetables. And let me see. It was something I really wanted to tell y'all, but I'm about to wrap it up because I think this video's gone long enough. I appreciate you being there, but let me remember what I was gonna say. Yeah. Wear a mask. You have to because it's airborne. And when the president was saying, oh, no mask, he is now masked on and came so close with Corona. They say he had it a couple of weeks ago. The White House is breaking out with it, y'all. So you're the first line defender and essential worker when it comes to you and anybody you care for or to have, some kind of authority over or some kind of, parenting or whatever like that, guys. So with that being said, let me see, because I don't want to leave anything out. And if I do, I will attach everything down below. I'll probably be up all night editing this part of the video like I was last night. Thank you for allowing me to pretty much get some rest today. Like I told you, I'm in between moving and everything else, but this was important to me. What else was in the front of this video that I want to reiterate to you guys? Basically, I've proven everything I said. There's so much information out here, guys, that the people involved with COVID try to cover up and don't want you to know, and they try to silence people who's willing to talk about it. But let me tell you something, and I'm gonna end with this because I believe we survived in Rona. Thank God we're alive. We're still alive, right? I had this personal testimony. I ran into a friend from back home, and they lost an uncle. They lost a couple of relatives to this coronavirus. So I know it's real, guys. And let me just pause right here. This is a lip shine, guys. This is not sponsored, but I can hear some people like, ooh, that is nice. What is she wearing? So it's Boss Nova. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. It's called Boss Nova. It's a little foggy, but it is. I wouldn't lie to you, but it's very, very, very pretty color, right? All right, guys. So yeah, we answered those 4 questions. I'm gonna make sure I put all the content I can put in here so that you guys, I know you're visual and you like to see receipts. Corona, surviving Corona, a viral discussion, okay, that we're having right now about it. I need your input. I need to know what you think about this video. So please comment down below. If I lost my train of thought, because I told you I really don't take notes, I go off of here. I let the Holy Spirit lead me where I need to go. Some things is meant to be said. Some things are not always meant to be said. So, and when things are scripted, you stick to what you have. And if I hear another voice other like the Lord or the Most High God or Christ say this or interject here and say that, then so be it, right? Thank you so much for watching this video. Surviving Rona, a viral discussion. If I could think of any other information to tag on at the end of this video, I will do that. One of the greatest ways we can survive Rona is to stop trusting what mainstream media has to say. Stop trusting what the White House has to say. Because I got proof back in January when the world was allegedly trying to reach out to Trump. He was golfing. He was just being cleared of his impeachment and things of that nature. So, I mean, it's like there's so much going on and surrounded with this coronavirus. I hope I was able to make things very clear to you. I hope that we're on the same page, knowing that this is demonic, it's evil. Prayer, fasting can break some of these demons that try to attack God's people, is what I really wanted to say. That's one way we can survive Corona, is just ask the Lord to put a hedge of protection around us. You have to be righteous and you have to be a child of God in order for this kind of stuff to work. But if you're still alive, you've been spared for a reason. And that reason is probably to use your voice and your platform to get the message out there, because we all have something to say about Corona. But some people have been silenced, and other people are going to continue to speak out regardless of what the enemy think, because we're not here to please them. We're not a people pleaser. And we're not a devil teaser. We don't play with the devil. We're here to slay the devil, okay? We're here to speak what the Most High God has to say, and we're here to get the message out to the lost sheep of Israel. Now, if that's you, I hope that you hear me. If it's not, don't be offended because I choose not to talk to you right now. But when you're on an assignment, when you're on a mission, when you're on a crusade, you don't got time to be playing and worrying about what other races and other people think about you. This shit is real, y'all. And with that being said, you're watching ReligionWinked TV. And remember, when you're doing your makeshift mask at home, remember to be very, 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 very careful, because I ran into a lot of people who say these masks make them cough more, make them not have breathing problems, but they know the difference. So you have to make sure they have a filter inside of them. Some people are using coffee filters, putting them back to back, like the back is here, the back is here, one open this way, one open that way, to get inhalation and circulation going both ways, in and out, okay? So with that being said, keep yourself good, keep yourself clean, keep yourself at peace. May God bless you and keep you and make his face to shine upon you, be gracious unto you, and may his shalom peace be with you. I was trying to get this all in like in 7 minutes, guys. I apologize. God bless and have a great day. Shalom. You're watching ReligionWinked TV, and my spiritual ears stay. Guys, I'm going to learn to look in the camera, but until then, just hear what thus said the Lord and what I have to say. We'll do better, okay? Thank you. Peace. Alright, so hey guys, I'm just going to go ahead and share with you some of the symptoms that's very closely related across the board with all the viruses, influenzas, and things of that nature. So starting with the acute canine leukemia symptoms, they worsen quickly and must be treated immediately. It tends to affect middle-aged to older dogs after they age. Here are some of the symptoms of acute leukemia. So guys, as you can see, the dogs have anywhere from pale gums all the way down to aggression or something like that. But you guys can take your time to read these. I just wanted to share with you what some of the symptoms were. So right here you can see that there's symptoms. I wish I had my other readers on, guys. I will be able to read it for you because I can read, okay? But these damn things are straining and I ain't gonna do that tonight, all right? So with that being said, we have pale gums, we have weakness, we have fever, we have vomiting, there's diarrhea, there's lethargy, there's chronic diarrhea. Okay, I just said that. And this one here, I do believe this one is for HIV. I see what it says, T cells on top. So HIV and AIDS, I do believe. Same thing, diarrhea, dry cough, memory loss, pneumonia. There's that pneumonia. Pneumonia pretty much and bronchitis goes across the gamut. You'll see a lot of upper respiratory illnesses across all the diseases, okay? You have weight loss there, red, you have rashes. There's a bunch of things that, like I said, I'm just giving you the symptoms. And here we have Zika, okay? So I want you guys to look at Zika, a rash, itching all over the body, a high temperature, a headache. Again, with COVID, There's the headache, right? There's the high temperature. There's so much more. If you stay till the end, you're going to hear some of the symptoms of the 1918 Spanish flu. And then I'm going to prove to you guys that COVID and SARS are exactly the same thing. But you have muscle ache, red eyes, lower back pain, pain behind the eyes with Zika. And I'm sure a headache would give you pain behind the eyes, right? Because it's the occipital nerve in the back of the head that gives the vision to the eyes in front of your head, right? So here I believe we have symptoms of hantavirus. Hantavirus is the same thing. Fevers and chills, headaches, muscle aches, vomiting, diarrhea. These viruses affect the body the same way. And what I want to tell you is it's strategically done so. If the body is not supposed to be vomiting, fever, chills, headache, muscle pain, rashing. This is far from being like homeostasis, as I mentioned in the first part of the video. So guys, you have to understand that they're trying to one-up the last virus, one-up the last illness. This is the common flu right here. Fever, cough, sore throat, runny nose, stuffy nose. Let's see, what else? Muscle and body ache, right? Fatigue. Same thing with COVID. It's just another strand. And if you go watch the 1918 Spanish flu documentary here on YouTube, you just put in 1918 and it should pop up. And they got one of those gas masks on over there for the thumbnail. But you can see here the common flu has the same symptoms as something such as Zika or leukemia for dogs or HIV and AIDS. So basically, I want to go ahead and...
By the end of the war, over 9 million combatants and 7 million civilians would die in the war. Thus, it's not surprising that when a virulent new virus arrived, it became an even more deadly foe than the enemy soldiers. At some point in the summer of 1918, the flu mutated to become more deadly. It gave some people the normal symptoms of fever, chills, nausea, aches, and diarrhea, and many got sick then recovered like a normal flu. Some were sick longer or died after catching a secondary infection such as pneumonia. However, many people became violently ill with strange symptoms. In fact, in the July 1918 edition of the medical journal The Lancet, doctors argued that this strange epidemic couldn't be the flu because the symptoms didn't fit. Italian doctors argued the same. In some people, Spanish flu caused fevers that were so high people hallucinated. Some writhed in agonized muscle pain so bad that doctors thought they had dengue, also called breakbone fever. It made some people temporarily or even permanently blind, deaf, or paralyzed. Some lost the ability to smell. Some had strong vertigo and would fall over if they tried to walk. Extreme ear infections developed very quickly, going from the first pain to the eardrums rupturing within only a few hours. Some had terrible headaches and double vision. Severe mucus excretions and inflammation made it hard for victims to breathe. Some people coughed so hard they tore their abdominal muscles. Doctors doing autopsies saw lungs so damaged that they resembled those of people who died from poisonous gas in the war. Some people developed a symptom most physicians had never seen before. Tiny puffs of air would leak out from tears in the lungs and get trapped beneath the skin, puffing up in little pockets all over their bodies. When they moved, the pockets would crackle like a bowl of Rice Krispies, according to one nurse. Some people developed hemorrhagic fever, which, like Ebola, causes its victims to bleed. An Army report described the flu as a rapidly escalating infection and lungs choked with blood, fatal in from 24 to 48 hours. Some people bled from their nose, their ears, and their eyes. Some people with the 1918 flu became so oxygen-starved they began to turn blue, or even looked black, a condition called cyanosis. People reportedly turned so dark that it was difficult to distinguish white people from people of color. For this reason, the flu picked up the nickname the Blue Death, and many wondered if the Black Death had returned. When people began turning blue, doctors knew they wouldn't survive more than a few hours. The flu was also terrifying because it could kill so quickly. Many victims died within a day or two, or even hours of showing their first symptoms. According to a story recounted in the book, The Great Influenza.
The story she was about to tell in the video is that a man had got on a train in 1918, and by the time he got home 12 hours later, he was gone just from getting on public transportation. Like so many of our essential workers have died, trying to do their job, and then you have people just getting on the public transportation as if they don't care or don't know that they're passing it on to other people. So I want you to look at this. This is from Wikipedia, I do believe. And this is the Corona disease 2019. In it, you can see it's highlighted, I believe, and it says SARS, right? So what I want to do is go ahead and let you look at this for a little while. And then what I'm going to show you is back on the patent when we get there. All right, let's look at this right here for a minute. You see here, let me see if I can use... Oh, we're still recording, okay. So anyway, you can see somewhere in here, you gotta look good, guys. It's going to say SARS, okay? It's going to say SARS on the patent that is the coronavirus patent that I showed you in the beginning of the video. Well, if you go to the second part of it and read the column where I told you the outbreak was, the journal or the book called The Outbreak of Severe Infectious Disease Syndrome, right? Now, right at the top of it where you can see other publications, it's going to say something about SARS in there, guys. So, and when I went to Google the Spanish flu, and when I went to Google SARS, I do believe, hold on, I'm going to try and fix this for you guys so that you can see it. But this is the end of the video. You're going to see when I Google SARS, coronavirus came up. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. God bless you all and have a great day. Thank you. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching my video. It's actually called it's the outbreak of acute respiratory syndromes, okay? This is all tied in together, guys. You're watching ReligionWinked TV, and my spiritual ear stay. Thank you guys. Shalom. Peace. Have a good night.